good afternoon. I'd like to welcome everybody to the March 27th Board of Zoning Appeals meeting. Before we get into the business portion of our meeting, we have a presentation to make to a lovely young lady. First off, before I get into her years of service and that sort of thing with respects to the Board of Zoning Appeals, I just want to make a comment that I've been part of this community for a long time, and I knew your husband very well as part of being with the city police department. And I think between you and your husband and the impact that you've had on this community, Francis, we're all better for it. But if you will come on up here.
Aww.
For the folks that don't know or are in the viewing audience, Francis is leaving us on the Board of Zoning Appeals. I didn't realize till I read this. She and I came on about the same time, I believe. So Francis has been here since 2006 and coming off now. And we really appreciate the service and the time and the commitment and the thought that you've put into these meetings. Thank you very much, Francis. Yeah.
I'm going to miss my partner over here.
Thank you again. All right.
I think Matthew might have a few roasting comments. No, I mean, he's got
Thank you, Mr. Halliburton. And let me just say what an honor it was to work with Ms. Mosby for so long on the Board of Zoning Appeals. I served as staff to the board from 2006 to 2014. I've been with the city since 2001, but I came on working with the Board of Zoning Appeals right around the same time that Ms. Mosby started. And what an honor it was, and what a legacy of public service, dedicated public service that Ms. Mosby and her husband are leaving to the city, and we appreciate her for that. But just a few words about Ms. Mosby. First, as being a member of our Board of Zoning Appeals, a more dedicated member of the Board of Zoning Appeals you will not find. Ms. Mosby was here without fail, very dedicated in her service, a more patient listener on the Board of Zoning Appeals you would not find. And she definitely brought a sense of compassion to the Board of Zoning Appeals. She listened to every applicant and tried to make the most fair decision that she could make every time, and you could see that. You could see that she really tried to put her heart into it, and that was evident. As a person, Ms. Mosby is very sincere and very genuine, and that came through every meeting that she was here at the Board of Zoning Appeals. I am going to miss Ms. Mosby being on the Board of Zoning Appeals because she was just an asset to our community and to our board, and we're so thankful for her years of service. I'm going to look forward to her Christmas cards every year. They're one of the first ones that come in my mailbox. But let me just say that just as she is a member of the Board of Zoning Appeals, sincere and genuine, she is like that in real life. And I already miss our lunches at Demas's when I would get the chance to chat with Ms. Mosby and the other members of the board, and it was always just so nice talking to her, and what a warm, kind, and gentle person that she is, and we wish her the best in her retirement. And it quite says something for her that after she retired from her real job, she came here and gave 13 years of herself to the city and to our community. And this is a job that can be thankless sometimes. As you all know, sitting up on the Board of Zoning Appeals, there are difficult decisions every month that you have to make. It's something that we're very thankful for that you are up there, and it's something that we are very thankful for that Ms. Mosby took 13 years of her retired life and gave them to the city, and we are thankful for her service to the city. Thank you, Ms. Mosby.
Amen. Amen.
Thank you. And again, before we get into the, as one leaves, one comes on. So we would like to welcome Misty Foy to our board and look forward to working with you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Glad to be here.
So with that, we will get into we'll look at consideration of the minutes for the regular meeting on January 30th of 2019. Are there any changes or revisions to those minutes? If none, I will accept them as presented and move on to new business. We have one item of new business. It's a special use permit. It's application Z19007 by Providence Christian Academy. They are requesting a special use permit to expand an existing institutional group assembly use on property that's zoned RS 15, and it's located at 410 DeJarnett Lane. And Mr. Austin Cooper is going to review that for us.
Good afternoon, Chairman and board members. As you just mentioned, Providence Christian Academy would like to add 2 temporary classrooms. As they are experiencing growth and construction, they just need a 12-month, 2 portable structures. Actually, approval is for 18 months, sorry. We do not expect any adverse impacts based off this. There's some pictures up on your screen now that show where the portables will be located. It's off of the main where drop-off is, so we don't expect any negative impacts from that. A few pictures down, you can see that the view from neighboring properties, next one, it should not impact the view from neighboring properties. There isn't supposed to be that many lights with the new construction. They will have to submit a site plan that will go through the approval process, and they will have to meet all of our zoning regulations for that consideration. I would just like to read the recommended conditions for approval, just so that they be on the record. Approval of the temporary portable structure should be valid for 18 months. Applicant shall remove portables and restore area parking and any disrupted landscape. Applicant is asking for a 12-month use permit, but in order to allow for any unforeseen delays in construction, staff is recommending approval for a total of 18 months. The Commission may wish to impose a limit of portable use on the property over a longer continuum of time, such as portables may be used for a total of 18 months over the next 5 years. This type stipulation would prevent the use of portables as an ongoing exception. The Board is asked to approve on an annual basis. The applicant, Matt Taylor, is now here, so if you have any questions for either me or the applicant, we'll be willing to answer. Thank you.
Does the board have any questions for Austin at this point?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. So with the recommendation, Austin, you note that we would approve on an annual basis, perhaps, of future portables?
Well, I think what the stipulation here is, in order to prevent that they come back and constantly have portables sitting at this school, that you set a limit that they can use portables for a total of 18 months over a 5-year period.
Okay.
Or a total of 24 months, whatever you would like to set. But rather than have them come in and every year ask for more portables or move some to a different location, you just might want to think that through on how is this school expanding over time, how often do we want to allow them to have portables on this property, and make your decision from that point, whatever. Or you can do it every year, consider it every year if they bring it back. And they may not come back again, but you might be preemptive in your thinking.
Okay.
Other questions for Mr. Cooper? Thank you. I will, at this point, Matt, do you want to make any comments prior before we open the public hearing, which doesn't look like it's going to last very long?
No, sir. The only thing I would say is these are purely temporary during the construction of the larger gym that it came through. Y'all had approved that special use a few months ago. And as soon as that part's open, these will go away.
Matt, do you think, though, and you may not be able to answer this question, is there foreseen other improvements to this property within that 5-year period that the city's denoting that you might need to use them again?
I don't believe so, because they're trying to segregate the different grade groups with this new expansion. And honestly, the new expansion probably maxes out this particular property, and so I don't see that.
Okay.
Unless they're doing some sort of internal renovation or something, that's the only thing that I could see there.
Okay.
When do you guys break ground?
So they've actually had their groundbreaking, their ceremonial groundbreaking. They've not really done anything. So I think that they have went back and forth with the architect on the footprint inside, some circulation type stuff. Every time I talk to him, he thinks he's a week away, but then I think they throw him a curveball at the next meeting. So hopefully we're getting close. As soon as we have that footprint, I think they'll be breaking ground within about 30 days. So I think they wanted to break ground back in December or January, but they just haven't got there yet. So hopefully within the next 30 to 45 days.
All right, with that, we will open the public hearing. Anyone that would like to speak for or against this application, please come forward. Seeing none, we will close the public hearing and look for any comments, questions, motions from the board.
Mr. Chairman, I would recommend approval of this request based on the staff recommendation of an 18-month period of time, subject to any other conditions reviewed by the staff. It appears from the presentation that it complies with all of the standards for a special use permit, that there's no other adverse impacts, or it's been in place before, and that it appears it's in compliance with parking and other utilities, as well as it should not have a negative impact on the nearby structures and nearby properties.
I'll second.
Any discussion? If none, all those in favor of the motion say aye. Aye. Any opposed? With that, it is granted. And the only thing I think else on our agenda is any other business.
We have no other.
All right. With that, we are adjourned.